Hello, and a very warm welcome to another Tuesdays at 2, episode number 134. Yes, 134. And a very happy 4th of July to my very American viewers. Hope you're having a great celebration. Party in style, but keep it safe. So today's topic is 5 tips to elevate the impact of your resume, your CV. 5 tips to elevate the impact of your resume, your CV. Remember, you only have one chance to make that impression, and you want to get all the way through to the interview stage because a resume, a CV doesn't get you a job, it gets you the interview. So here are my 5 tips, and if you stay to the end, I'm going to show you some samples of resumes today. So, number one, customize your resume, your CV to each job. Don't have a generic one. Take some of the words, some of the skills, some of the soft skills, the hard skills, and the soft skills, the verbiage from that advert, and put them in your resume and customize the title. That's the directive. So customize it to the particular job. So if it's a vice president of sales, instead of senior sales leader, you have vice president of sales. Spend about 20 minutes customizing each one and save it as your name, the company name, resume or CV .doc.docx. So then you know which resume, which CV you sent to ABC company or XYZ company. So customize it to each job. It's going to take you about 20, 25 minutes to make sure that you pull some of those buzzwords and put them in the body of the resume and that will help you when you come to the ATS. Now we're going to talk about ATS. Number two, make sure it's ATS friendly. Now, many people have questions on what ATS is. That's another topic in itself. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you can see some videos on what is ATS. If you go to my YouTube channel, please press the subscribe button where you will be notified of many other videos coming down the pipeline. But make it ATS friendly. So, what is ATS? ATS is that. Sadly, I don't like it as a resume writer, and no, not too many people do like it, but it's the way of the world. Technology has infiltrated the way that people, HR functions, and executive recruiters, all the way right up to the top. It's no level boundary here, all the way up to the top. They look at your resume through a scanning machinery. So it's fed into the computer and then stored in a database and then pulled out on those very, very particular buzzwords. So make sure it's ATS friendly. So, number one, customize your resume to each job. Number two, make sure it's ATS friendly. If anybody's got any comments, please put them in below. Rajiv, hi Rajiv, and hi Lambo. If you got any comments, please put them in the comments, or anything questions, something's on the back of your mind, doesn't have to be related to today's topic about resumes. So number three, have business, functional, skill, and level specific buzzwords. So these are the keywords that if your resume or your CV was hidden in my ATS scanning machinery, applicant tracking system, what buzzwords would I type in to have your CV come out? So that's where you need to match the buzzwords of the job application. 100%, providing you have all those skills. So have the buzzwords, the business, functional, level specific buzzwords that are pertinent to you to match you to that particular job. Then number four, highlight your accomplishments. I still, as a resume writer, this really winds me up. I still see so many resumes that are responsibility driven instead of accomplishment driven. You're not going to be hired because of your responsibilities, except for your leadership and your budgets, etc. You are going to be hired because you perform, you accomplish. So you need to have all your accomplishment driven stories based on the STAR: situation, task, action, result. situation, task, action, result, star stories in your resume, your CV. And if you can get as many metrics, so dollar value, pound value, euro value, percentiles, or any other country, try and get as many metrics as you can, providing you can share them, because you're going to be hired because of your accomplishments. You're not going to be hired because of your responsibilities. I see so many resumes, so many CVs just purely focused on responsibilities. That's the old way. Forget that, ditch that, and put your accomplishments built around STAR: situation, task, action, results. So highlight your accomplishments, not your responsibilities. Number 5, proofread, proofread, proofread. You only get one chance to make that impression. If you've got a grammar error, spelling error, or any other errors, you are probably gone out, because they look at that, they scrutinize that. And that is one of the red flags that executive recruiters and HR professionals look at when they are scrutinizing or viewing resumes for the interview stage. So let me see if we got any questions here. Any ATS website preference? I'm not too sure what you mean by that, Rajiv. Not too sure, sorry. If you can expand on that, I'm more than happy to answer it. But because ATS is a huge topic in itself. So, but I'm more than happy to help you or take you aside some other time to give you a free, no obligation resume critique, which we'll come to in a couple of minutes. So let's go through them again. Number 1, customize to each job. That is very, very important. Number 2, make it ATS friendly, applicant tracking system friendly. Number 3 is have business functional keywords, those business functional buzzwords. So play a game with yourself. Think of, well, if I was trying to extract my CV, my resume from my computer, what business functional specific buzzwords would I type in to have my resume come out? Number 4, highlight your accomplishments, not your responsibilities. Make sure you have accomplishments. There is a rule of thumb, 1.5 accomplishments per year, 1.5 star stories per year. So for every 2 years, for the last 10 or 12 years, 15 years, you need to have 3 star stories for every 2 years. And you have them. You don't think you haven't. Everybody has them. Spend half an hour with me and I'll extract those star stories from you. And number 5 is proofread, proofread, proofread. Then the bonus is keep it to 3 pages maximum. Don't go to 4 pages. If you go to 4 pages, you reduce your chances of having it read by something like, it depends on the country, but in the upper 90%. So don't go to 4 pages. Keep it to 3. If you go to 2, keep it to 2. Though the rule of thumb is either do 2 full pages or do 3 full pages. No 1 pager if you are a business professional with more than 6 or 7 years of career history. Now I'm going to show you a couple of resumes that I prepared for clients. I've made them anonymous. So this is a resume of today. Let me bring it closer to the camera. So you can see the name and at the top, and then they have the acronyms underneath. Don't have the acronyms next to the name, otherwise the scanning machinery will think your name is those acronyms for your degrees and designations. And then you have your residential address, and then you have your phone number, your email, your LinkedIn address. Make sure you customize that LinkedIn address. There's some videos on how to customize that on my website, on my YouTube, and have your 10-digit Zoom address there. And then you have the generic title, and then you customize it, as I said. And then you have the 4 areas of expertise. And then you go into you'll have your personal brand. And if you want to know about personal branding, there's plenty of videos on my YouTube channel on how to plan and execute, author, write or conceive your personal brand. and then there's a soft skill summary, and then those key business buzzwords, the hard skills, and then reverse chronological of your work experience. And somewhere here we have the only responsibilities in the resume, which is in small typeface: direct reports, indirect reports, a capex budget, the opex budget, and the P&L. And if you've got multiple facilities and whatever, or you work on several countries, put that in there as well. And then star, 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 star. And then at the bottom of the third page, you then have the education designations, volunteer work, etc. And then here's another one here. I'll just show you very quickly. Is a different format, but still ATS friendly. So the name at the top, the designations, the contact, how I can contact you, and then the generic title, and then the 4 areas of expertise. And then we go into your soft skill or your personal brand, your soft skills, and then your hard skills, and then reverse chronological. 3 I put here in this particular resume the 3 major accomplishments, and then reverse chronological of your work experience, star, 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 star. So you need to be thinking about that. ATS can be very hurtful to you. It can kill you if you don't have an ATS resume. I've had people who've been on ATS, haven't had an ATS resume. As soon as they've made minor tweaks, they then get interviews. But before that, they didn't have any interviews. So Lambo says application for more than one role in a company at different times, considering that job descriptions are different and the individual is fit for both roles. What would that tell on the integrity of the individual? That's a great question. That's a really good question. Yeah, you can still apply for 1 or 2 or 3 jobs at the same company, but make sure you tell the person, the hiring authority, and try and get their name. Don't send it to dear sir or madam. Try and get their name. And there again, if you go to my YouTube channel, you can find out how to get their names. Tell them you're applying for the other particular jobs as well. And then Rajiv, I mean to say which ATS website to use to make it ATS friendly. Well, there are some scams on the internet, sadly, that they say they'll make it ATS, or they'll give you a percentile ATS or whatever, but basically they don't. And they are scams. So if you wanted a free, no obligation resume critique, Rajiv, please send to me. I'm going to send you my email now. I'm going to put my email on here. Send to me, and I'm more than happy to give you a free, no obligation resume critique. I'll go through your resume for 30 minutes and give you a free critique, and that applies to anybody who's watching this right now. More than happy to help you, and I'm more than happy to give you an audit on your LinkedIn profile as well. So 2, your resume, your CV for 30 minutes, and then a LinkedIn profile. I'll go through those. And as I mentioned several times, I do have an extensive YouTube channel. So please go and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Do me a favor and press the bell button where you will be notified of any future video to come. But press the subscribe button and look through there. There's over 500 now videos, 500 videos I've shot, whether they be Tuesdays at 2 or whether they be individual videos. And just this morning, I've been writing scripts for some further videos. So there will be many other videos, and I like to keep at current. So there's new videos coming, bearing in mind how ATS changes and everything else changes. Hiring techniques and skills change. So more than happy to help you. Free resume critique, free CV critique, free LinkedIn profile audit, and my YouTube channel. Anybody got any further questions? If not, I will wrap it up for today. But next Tuesday at 2, Tuesday, July the 11th, is 6 interview tips. So you get yourself in the door with a resume. And now it's you to perform in person, whether by Zoom or WebEx or Teams or actually in person. You now get a chance to shine and talk about what is on your resume. So be prepared. What you've got on your resume, you need to be truthful, that you can talk about quite eloquently, articulate that in the interview. And I will talk about that when we meet next week on Tuesdays at 2. Brian, hi Brian. Does the ability to upload a resume to, say, Workday ATS and have it properly pass the resume, i.e., accurately record titles and star stories and dates per position, indicate whether it is ATS friendly? Oh no, far from it. No, it doesn't. And there are many types of. You've got Workday there. You use that as an example. There are 23 different types of ATS, and they all vary slightly. So it's very, very difficult to prepare a resume that fits all, but one slight error won't make a mistake and won't count you out of a job. But things like shading and graphics and underlines, you can't have underlines. You can have hyperlinks. Whole list goes on. So hopefully that's. Just because you've got it in Workday doesn't mean it's going to go to the others. So hopefully that answers your question. If not, we can have another consultation. So I will see you next Tuesday at 2 when we'll be talking about interview tips. So have a great week and happy 4th of July to my American viewers. And I will see you next Tuesday for a Tuesday at 2.